Hi, welcome to CodeTV's third installment of our Import.io screencast series. This time, the crawler tool will be demonstrated by our friend Alex Gibson. Enjoy.
Hello and welcome back to the third part in our series on teaching you to become an import master. Today we are looking at how to get pricing data using the crawler, what the crawler is, how to make it, and how it works. We'll look at the basics in crawler creation as well as some advanced features along the way, so sit back and crawl along. The crawler is in effect an automated extractor. It uses minimal input and gives maximum output. After training the crawler on 5 pages, the crawler will go through the whole website and get all of the information out of that website based on your training. The crawler is great at getting lots of data incredibly quickly, and here's how. So, as you can see, we have got a jean product page open for the fashion retailer ASOS. ASOS is an online company, and we're going to pretend that we are fictional shop owners and we want to get all of the pricing data from the ASOS website for all of their products. To do this, we need import, and to do this, we need the crawler tool. So if you head over to the import desktop application and click on the new drop-down menu and click on crawler, it will open a new tab. And you can see that the workflow looks slightly different to the new extractor. Don't worry, the power is exactly the same. We just need to crawl it slightly differently. Insert the URL into the top bar and click enter. So we're navigating to the data that we need. And then once we get to that web page, obviously internet connection pending, you can then click on I'm there. And then we enter extraction mode. So first we need to detect the optimal settings. What this does is it disables JavaScript and it analyzes the HTML so it knows where to auto-suggest the data. Those are the little orange boxes that you saw in the last episode. So to enable JavaScript here, we can say that no, the data we want to extract isn't in the browser. But if we want to keep JavaScript disabled, then just click on yes. In this instance, we don't need JavaScript enabled. And if I'm going to be honest, there very rarely is a time where you need JavaScript enabled. But just to let you know that that's how you do it. So click on yes, keep JavaScript disabled. Now, rows per page. Is there just one thing to extract, or is there lots of the same thing? If we look at this, this is a product page. So there's just one thing on each page to extract. If we head back to Chrome and look at the search result, you can see that on a page like this, there are many things, many different results. So in this instance, this would be a multiple row page, but because we're just looking at the product page, it's a single product page. So it's a single result page. So we'll click on single. And now we need to start adding our columns. Again, this is slightly different to the last workflow, but it has exactly the same power. So we'll click on add column and click on type in name, click done. And then we see our good friend, the orange box. We just click on the bit of data that you need, click on train. Let's add a few more columns. Let's add the price. And because we're dealing with currencies, change the column field to currency and click on done. Click on the bit of data that you need. And you'll see that it recognizes the pound sign and converts it to a standardized currency format. In this instance, it's GBP, Great British Pound. Let's add another column and let's get the image because everybody likes a picture. Click on image in the column field and click on done. And then click on the image and click train. Now it's worth pointing out now that when we extract the image, we actually extract the image URL. We don't download the image itself. So what you're seeing here is actually the image URL, and that's how we render the image. Okay, we don't download the images. Cool, so I think that'll do. Let's click on I've got what I need. And now we need to go ahead and add 4 more pages. I said at the start, you have to train it on 5 pages. So using the lovely thing that is video editing, I'm just going to go ahead and speed this bit of the video up, but it's exactly the same as what I just showed you. So I'll see you in a few seconds. Cool, so we have our 5 pages trained, and as you can see, the add another page button has turned into a I'm done training button. Now, 5 pages is the bare minimum that you need to do to train the crawler. We usually advise doing more than 5, but for now, just to save time, we're just going to do 5 pages. So we'll click on I'm done training and upload to import.io. Just name the crawler, we'll call it ASOS, and press enter or click OK. And I realize I've actually called it SOS. I forgot the A, but we can change that a bit later in the data set. And once you see this lovely green box, you can click on Run Crawler. Now, let's just talk about some of these things that we have here. So in the Where to Start box, we have the 5 URLs that you trained the crawler on. That's obviously quite easy, quite self-explanatory. But the crawler uses these 5 URLs to distinguish what pages have your data in. So if I just click on the advanced button and make it the advanced view, you can see down here we have the where to extract data from URL template. So what it does is that it looks for variables in these 5 URLs up here and it replaces them with a URL template. So it looks at the first bit, www.asos.com, and sees that that's a non-variable, but the bit between the next 2 slashes is a variable. So the first 4 have ASOS on them, and then the final one has LMIS. Okay, so it recognizes that this is a variable, and it changes it to alpha. So you don't really need to know this to set the crawler off, but it's just a nice thing to run by you guys. So it uses variables in the 5 URLs that you trained it on, and that's how it knows where to extract the data from. We have a save stream option as well. So what this does is it backs up the crawl to a specific folder on your desktop. This obviously means that if the crawler stops for unknown reason, if you drop internet, then you'll have all of your data backed up into a folder. And finally, page depth. Now, the page depth is the most clicks from a start page. So the way our crawler works is that it uses links on the web pages to go around the website. So it will go to, and if I just open this up in Google Chrome, it will look at this profile page, product page, and it will visit every single one of these links on the page. There are loads of them. There's one here, there's one here, here, all up here, and it will visit all of these links. And then if the URL on this next page matches the URL pattern that I spoke about, it will extract the data from it. If it doesn't, it will just move on. So having a page depth of 1 means that it will visit all of these links on this first page and then stop. Having a page depth of 2 means it will visit all of the links on this page. It will go to this page and visit all of these links as well, and then stop. So a page depth of 10, you can see, is very, very deep, and it will pretty much go through the whole website. So that's what page depth is. Now let's click on Go and set the crawler running. There are a few things to talk about here. The estimated time is up in the top left, and that tells you how long the crawler has left. The pages per hour is how fast you're going, and obviously a better internet connection will have an effect on this. The amount of pages queued for download, the amount of pages retrieved from the web is the request bit. The amount of pages unavailable due to 404 errors. The amount of pages converted to data is the converted button. The amount of failed pages that produced no data but matched the data template. The amount of rows that were in your data set, in this instance it's 5 rows because it was a single row, so 5 converted equals 5 rows. And the amount of pages blocked that are not suitable for crawling, i.e. robots.txt. So you can see that the crawler is going, and we can just leave this crawler going for ages so long as the browser is open, and you can come back, go make a cup of tea and come back, and that will have hundreds and hundreds of results. So you can see here it's starting to work its magic, and it's starting to bring in loads and loads of results. So let's just stop that now. Again, we can let that running, but we're going to stop it right now. And once you click stop, you can click, are you sure? Yes, we are sure we want to stop. And then we can upload the data. And in a few seconds, it will open up in our dataset page. And here you have all of the data from ASOS. And it's as easy as that. So you can see that even though we trained it on 5 pages, it's brought back 30 pages in under a minute. So it's a very, very powerful tool, and it's as easy as that to get data from. Now, as promised, I'm just going to go ahead and change the name of the crawler, so we can just hit refresh to see our crawler. There it is, SOS. You can change the name simply by clicking on it and sticking that A on and pressing enter. And there you have it. So later on in the series, we'll be looking at advanced settings of the crawler, but come back next time where we're going to have a look at our final tool, the connector tool. I'll see you then.